Hi there, Naurin. My name is Ellen, and I'll be correcting these essays for you. Let's get right into this. I know your exam is coming up, so let's see what you've done. Okay. So, English and homestay. Here's what you wrote. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Smith, comma here. I hope that everything is well at your end. I am writing to inform you that I have been enrolled in English and homestay program in UK. Therefore, I am going there soon. First, allow me to introduce myself. I am Naurin Shaukat, 22 years old and resident of Lahore, Pakistan. At the moment, I am preparing for admission test at Punjab University in a 2-year Master of English Literature course. For this purpose, I need to be at an advanced level in both speaking and writing English, and that is the reason I'm interested in the above mentioned program in UK. All right, let's clean this up a little bit so far. It's for the most part good. It's fine. But there is some awkwardness. There is some inaccuracy in some of the language. So I want to clean that up. Um, so this is a formal letter. And why is it formal? Because you don't really know these people. You've never met them before. You're writing to introduce yourself. And so it should lean more formal. In a formal letter, what we usually do is the first thing we write is the reason why we're writing. Okay. It's usually in a semi-formal or a informal letter where we say things like, "Hey, I hope you're well," or "How are you doing?" or stuff like that. So this for me would have been better if you at least had spoken to them at some point in your life ever. So why don't we do this? Why don't we start, Dear Mr. and Mrs. Smith, comma, I'm writing to inform you that I have enrolled in the English and Homestay program in the UK. And it's not that you're going there soon. It's like, why are you telling them this? What you want to tell them instead is that you will um you will be staying with them, okay? Or you have been assigned to them. All right? So that would have been good. And I have been assigned to your family. So something like that. Okay? And then this was okay. Some people do this as like one paragraph, like the introduction and then the first part, but this is okay. So firstly, allow me to introduce myself. I am Naurin, and a resident of Lahore. At the moment, I am preparing for admission for the admission test at Punjab University uh, for a 2-year Master of English Literature course. For this purpose, I need to be in an advanced level, and that is the reason I am interested in the above mentioned program in the UK. Fine. I would like to know more about the UK since I have never visited it before. Could you please tell me about how the transport system works, there, and what options are available? As I will need to commute between my institute and your home regularly on weekdays. Full stop. I will be arriving at Manchester International Airport on the 20th of February. I will be taking Pakistan International Airlines, and my flight number is this. I'm looking forward to meeting you soon. Yours faithfully. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. Starting here, you asked one question. You say, I want to know more information. You ask about the transport. The bullets tell you, though, ask some questions. This isn't really one question. It's some questions. It's just one question. So you absolutely need to ask more. When I see the word some, to me, that means like 3 questions. So this is going to affect your task achievement score because you need to really take this very literally. So when they say some, they don't mean just one. You have to add more. Your scheduled date and arrival and time. Yeah, that was fine. That was good. But it was this one here that you really didn't cover. So that's going to lower your task achievement score. Then here, it's not yours faithfully, but it's yours sincerely because you've referred to them by name. You know who they are. You know their name at least. So the ending should be yours sincerely. Okay. So on the whole, I mean, it's fine. It's a good letter. But if you're aiming for a higher band score, like 7 and above, it needs some work to be at the level. Primarily because you didn't really cover one of the bullets, okay? So let's take a look at your task 2 here as well. This is the one about switching jobs or staying. To what extent do you agree? All right, let's see what you wrote. Whereas many people argue that they should not change their job throughout their lives, others might consider it a positive experience and suggest that there are several benefits associated with it. I strongly believe that jobs jobs need to be changed at least once in a lifetime and I will outline both views in this essay, followed by my conclusion. Okay, that's all right. I don't understand entirely why you're going to talk about both sides. You don't need to. You can, and I think it's a good idea to do it, but it should be clear to us in your introduction why you're doing it. So, in other words, if you see some validity to staying in the same job, then you should tell us this in your introduction. So something like, while I understand there are some benefits to staying in the same job, I strongly believe that they need to be changed at least once. Or, while I agree that some jobs do not permit people to change, okay, or certain careers do not allow people to change jobs, on the whole, jobs should be changed at least once. So do you understand? If you're going to talk about both sides, you need to make it clear to us why you were doing this, because you're only supposed to be talking about your opinion. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay. On the one hand, there is a school of thought that advocates working at the same place or staying in the same job until one retires. Not they. We don't know who they is. The reason for this approach might be that, all right, careful with these pronouns because you're using they and they, but we don't know who they is. So you need to make it clear to us. One way you can get around this is by using words like one, like I said before, until one retires, or employees. Employees have gained much experience. Okay, so careful with overusing pronouns, especially when they don't really refer to anything. All right, so the reason for this approach might be that employees have gained much experience by being in the same company for many years, and this is an undeniable fact that there is no shortcut to acquiring experience. Okay, fair enough. For instance, they know how to handle a difficult situation at the workplace, careful with your grammar, or how to deal with an angry client, as these can only be learnt, careful with your spelling, by experience. Furthermore, they have developed a comfort zone at their jobs over the years of working. By repeating the same work over and over again, they know how to achieve a task or a specific target, and this would not be difficult for them. In addition to this, many companies provide fringe benefits to the long-term employees that can only be availed if one continues, with an S here, to work for a specific period of time in that particular company. Okay, I thought that was pretty good actually. Mm, let's see. Again, my concern about this is that we don't want to know the other school of thought. We want to know about it in this particular essay only if it somehow relates to your experience, your opinion, okay? Because again, and you can tell that by looking here, to what extent do you agree or disagree? So what we want here is your opinion. And if you express it as your opinion, then it makes sense. So here, it's really a small fix. You obviously have to fix what I mentioned earlier, but here it's just, on the one hand, clearly there are benefits to working at the same place or staying in the same job until one retires. So you can see it's a minor thing, but it really makes all the difference. It makes it seem very logical, very well organized, like just much more coherent. Okay? So let's continue. On the other hand, some people second what? Some people second to the opinion. I don't understand that. On the other hand, I'm not sure. Changing means of earning once in a I don't understand this sentence. I'm sorry. This sentence is really unclear to me. Once in a career ladder, that's unclear. So this may lead to an increase in developing public relations as one gets to know different people in various jobs and also broadens one's horizons, S, and creates awareness about different aspects of life that otherwise would not have been possible. Can I have an example of this? Can you develop it a little? Nevertheless, enhancement of skills and knowledge can help an individual to grow and become more mature. For example, a study in the Times has shown that people with different job experiences are more likely to excel in their careers and consequently get better job opportunities as compared to those who stick to one job. That's very good. Great. In conclusion, some people opine not changing. In conclusion, some people opine not changing their job is advantageous for their career. However, I firmly support the opinion that jobs should be changed at least once as it helps a person to accelerate in his or her career. Okay, so you should have a pretty good idea of what the weaknesses and the strengths of this essay were. I thought a lot of it was actually quite good, but there were some things in terms of just making it coherent, making sure that it made sense to us why you were talking about the other side, how to do this. You've got some tools, you've got some suggestions now on how you can do that successfully. I wanted a little more development in terms of examples. So whenever you have some sort of a main idea, it is a really good idea to support it. You don't want to leave any sort of idea you present unsupported. Okay. So keep at it. I'm looking forward to your next set of essays. I know your exam is coming up in the next 10 days or so. So we'll try to get the turnaround to you as quickly as possible so that you can be ready. Okay. I'm looking forward to more of your work. Good luck.